In today's lesson, we are going to be talking about intellectual property. All of you have been working hard, most all of you, to create a new website that you're going to publish to the world. When you publish something, though, it can be hard to control what other people do with it. Sometimes people use our work in ways that don't seem fair to us. I'm going to describe a few situations for you, and if you think what happened was fair, then you can just kind of give like a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If we were actually in class, I would be able to see, what your response is. So just think about to yourself whether or not you think it's fair. All right, so scenario 1. You take an awesome picture and someone puts it on their social media account with your name beside it. So they're giving you credit for taking that picture. Is that fair? Yes or no? Scenario 2. You write a story and someone else publishes it and says that they wrote it. So like it was good enough to publish, but they acted like it was theirs and not yours. Is this fair? Yes or no? You write a song and someone else sings it to her friends. Is this fair? Yes or no? You write a song and someone sings it at a concert and makes a lot of money. And that someone is not you. Is this fair? Yes or no? You take a picture and someone else photoshops it and puts the new version on his or her website. Is this fair? Yes or no? So for your journal, I want you to answer this question for me. What rules would you make for people who want to use your creative work? Go ahead and pause it here so that way you can answer this in your journal and then come back and resume the video. So our key vocabulary term for this lesson is copyright. Copyright is the exclusive legal right to print, publish, perform, film, or record literary, artistic, or musical material, and to authorize others to do the same. It's okay if not everybody agrees on how they want their work to be used, but copyright law says that whoever creates new content, such as a picture, a story, or a song, or even a TikTok video, gets to decide how other people are allowed to use it. So your question of the day is, what kind of rules protect everyone's rights when we use each other's content? So for this activity, you have an activity guide, and there actually are not any lessons on code.org. So there's no reason to go to code.org for lesson 8. Okay, let's watch this video. It's titled, What are Creative Commons licenses? And I want you to think, what rights do copyright holders have? And why is Creative Commons useful?
This video will introduce you to Creative Commons licenses, which make copyright easier to understand. Let's say you create something. This thing could be creative, like a picture of your cat, or scholarly, like an essay about cats. Because you are the creator of this picture or essay, copyright allows you to decide what people can do with your creation. When you are the copyright holder, people have to ask you for permission before putting your cat picture into a PowerPoint or adapting your cat essay into a movie. Getting permission can be time-consuming and complicated for both the creator and the user. This is where Creative Commons can help. Creative Commons exists to make permissions explicit and straightforward. Creative Commons licenses use icons and simple language so that creators can make their intentions clear and users can be certain that their use of a work is legal. These different licenses help people understand if and how they can use, share, or build on a work. This icon means that only non-commercial uses are permitted, so no one can profit from using your picture. This icon means that no one can make changes to the original work, such as photoshopping a dog into your cat picture. This icon means that someone can change your work, but their version must be shared under the same license as yours. All Creative Commons licenses give credit to the original creator, preserving your reputation as a creative genius while the world engages with your work. Licenses can be attached to most things, including blog posts, images, artworks, journal articles, and more. To learn more about Creative Commons licenses, visit the Creative Commons website or check out some of the other videos in our series.
So copyright is granted the moment something is created. So unless explicitly told otherwise, we have to assume any picture, video, or other media we find online is fully covered by copyright law, which means that no one else can make copies or post it online without permission. Sometimes, though, we want people to share our work so that more people can see it. The Creative Commons license we developed to help content creators have more specific control over how other people can use their work. So for example, I had Barstool Sports reach out to me wanting to share one of my TikTok videos. I was like, no thank you. So companies like that, businesses like that, are going to make sure that they follow copyright laws because they don't want to get sued. Smaller businesses, however, sometimes think that they have the liberty to kind of play around, and there are actually lawyers that deal specifically with copyright law. All right, so let's look at the activity guide. So you'll have to go to that website yourself, okay? It is creativecommons.org, and on your activity guide, you have the definition, right? The Creative Commons license helps content creators explain what other people can do with their work. The Creative Commons license has different parts that you choose from to say exactly what is and is not allowed. All right, so you're going to find these abbreviations. These are the icons. These are the abbreviations. These are the descriptions. You're going to find that on the Creative Commons website, and then you're going to list the reason to use it, okay? And then for other options, you're going to see some licenses like this: Pixabay, public domain, GNU Free Documentation License, so a GFDL, and then as you're looking online, find reasons to use it, okay? And then you're going to continue through the activity guide. The second page provides you with 4 Creative Commons licenses and 2 content creator scenarios. For each scenario, you are asked to evaluate which of the 4 provided licenses is the least restrictive, but still addresses the concerns and needs of the content creator. So look through that, and then we're going to do an image hunt. In this portion of the activity guide, you are going to go online and find 2 different images with 2 different licenses. Okay, now how can you find some different images? There are some websites you can use. Wikimedia Commons, okay, that's this one right here, category images. All right, so you can choose from some of these pictures. You can go to the Google Image Advanced Search, okay, and you can fill this out. And actually, if you go to Google, okay, and you type in, let's go to Google Images, okay, students. So all of these pictures are here, but just because they show up here does not mean that you are allowed to use them for whatever it is that you want. And so one thing that you can do, you can go to Tools, and you can go to Usage Rights, and you can select Creative Commons licenses. Okay, these are some that you are able to use, and whenever you click on a picture, it will actually give you license details right here. Okay. So this is that specific picture. This is the Creative Commons license. Attribution, non-commercial, no derivs, which means no derivative, which means I cannot change it. I'm not allowed to change it and share it. So that's what that means. So that's one way to do that. Okay, this one's cute. All right, 1.0, the CC 1.0 universal public domain dedication. When it's public domain, and you'll learn this, that means anybody can use it because nobody owns the copyright. So that's what that's about. That's one way that you can search for images that have different licenses. So those are specifically Creative Commons licenses. Let's look at the Creative Commons website. creativecommons.org. Okay, once you get here, you can scroll down and then you can look at the licenses, legal tools and licenses. You can search for pictures. Share your work, let's see. I think use and remix, you can search. All right, attributing sources. So you'll just have to explore. All right. And once you find two different images, just give a description of the image, okay? So like group of children waving at a camera, right? License type, can't do nothing with it. Rules for the image, don't touch it, don't think about using it, pretty much, okay? But actually be specific, okay? So why would we want to use each of these parts? Attribution. This is the icon for attribution. Others who use this work must give credit to the original author. So if Barstool Sports did use my video, they would have to credit me for that, okay? Non-commercial. Others may not use this work for advertising or to make money. And this is actually getting to be, I think, really popular because other people are using work that is not theirs, but they are making money off of it. Some people want to be influencers, and so they get a product and they are talking about how great this product is, but the company is wanting to use that video as an ad for that product, but they don't want to pay the, I don't want to say wannabe influencer because that sounds really rude, but that's kind of the situation. And so yeah, share alike. Users of this work must share any derivative works under the exact same license. So share alike, you can change it, but you still have to use the share alike license. You can't just say, I changed this picture that was share alike, and now you can't do anything with it. No derivative works means users may only use this work as is and may make no modifications. So if you have a piece of art, you create a piece of art and you don't want people to change it and then possibly think that you're the one who made those changes, that might be a reason that you would use that. All right, so some other options, they talk about these. The GFDL, use the work how you want, but publish any new versions using the same license. The Pixabay license, don't use the work to make people look bad, spread dishonest information about things like false news, or sell exact copies of the work. Public domain, anyone can use the work in any way that they want. And then this is part of the activity. Okay, your image hunt. What is the image? What license is it published under? Can you use it on your website? If so, what are the rules for using it? So whenever we make a website, we have specific rules about the images that we are allowed to use. So for example, I'm a member of Delta Kappa Gamma, which is a teaching organization, and this is the logo. Okay. They have rules, because this is a copyrighted logo, they have rules that you cannot use this logo to make money unless it is for your organization. And so that's one of their rules, okay? And after you get done with your activity guide, I want you to come back for this prompt. Think some of the photos, drawings, and written work that you have created in the past. Think about some of those. Or even the website that you will create in this class. Without a clear license, all of those things are covered under the fully restrictive copyright. Which Creative Commons license would you rather use, if any, and why? And again, we're coming back to our key term, which is copyright. The exclusive legal right to print, publish, perform, film, or record literary, artistic, or musical material, and to authorize others to do the same. So what kind of rules protect everyone's rights when we use each other's content? Copyright. Now, I will say there's a different issue that is also popping up. If you have been watching, if you save like a TikTok video that has a sound and you know there's a sound, but then you go back and you watch that video and the sound is gone, what has happened is that somebody else has registered a copyright for that sound, even though it wasn't theirs. And so there's it's getting a lot deeper than what it originally was. And I think a lot of that is due to how much people are creating content online now. So don't forget to submit your activity guide and let me know if you have any questions.